Amazon, and I suspect it's happening with Nvidia. So if you did participate in invest in as an Nvidia investor before the stock split, I don't blame you because the research does say that this is typically going to be a good investing move. Let me give you the quick dark side of Nvidia, so just so you can kind of be thoughtful and careful about this. Nvidia, by being kind of the the national champion, you know what it is. When you become the champ, everyone is coming to try to punch you in the mouth. Everyone's competing with you. You have a target on your back. With Nvidia being an industry leader and having 70% margins, every company that has money and expertise in this field is looking to get a piece of what Nvidia has. They want a piece of that market. So Amazon is competing with Nvidia. Microsoft is competing with Nvidia. Google is competing with Nvidia. Facebook is competing with Nvidia. They can't compete yet, but Nvidia is in a position where, like a lot of you, just so you know, if you ever become really enormously successful and enormously wealthy, just know you're going to have some real friends and then you're going to have some frenemies. You're going to have people that will submit to you and be supportive of you and be kind to you only because they have to. And the minute they don't have to do it anymore, they're going to cut you off and take your stuff, right? So if you ever get something that people want, like you're dating the prettiest girl in the school, or you got more money in your bank account than all your friends, or you're really successful and famous like Beyonce or something, just know, just like Beyonce, you're going to have some haters. But your haters are going to be the people that are close to you, not the people that are far away. Those are easy to deal with because they don't have access to anything. It's the people the guy right next to you that just breaks your heart and traumatizes you. So Nvidia has a lot of frenemies, right? Amazon is spending billions on Nvidia chips. But don't think for a second they're not trying to figure out, well, how do we make these things in house so we can get a piece of this market and we can stop giving them all our damn money? Google's doing the same thing. Again, Facebook, any company that has the technological expertise to do this is trying to do this. So what I predict, what I believe is that over time, people are going to claw back that competitive advantage that Nvidia has. They have what is almost a damn monopoly in this area. It's not quite a monopoly, but it's pretty close. And I just don't see that being sustainable. I don't see these high margins being sustainable. I see the prices going down, the margins going down, and more competitors jumping into the market, which could have some negative effect on Nvidia stock long term. So how do you respond to that? Well, a couple ways. Number one is I never try to pick the winner in an emerging industry. I don't try to pick the one company that I think is going to dominate 10, 20 years from now. I like to invest in a lot of them. That's what diversification is all about. That's why you spread your money out. And again, if you want that list of AI stocks that I like, the ones I'm invested in, just text the word stock to 87948. If you text stock to 87948, I will send you the list immediately. You can feel free to follow suit if that's of interest to you. Number two, if you have a big win in Nvidia or any other company, just remember the biggest ways to lose money with investing are two emotions, fear and greed. If you are fearful all the time, then you're going to sell too early. And if you're too greedy, you're going to sell too late. So maybe you lock in some of those gains and protect it with stock options or stop loss orders or things like that. So you can still participate in the rise without necessarily betting all your chips on the table. In fact, you shouldn't even use gambling terminology when it comes to investing because a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that investing is gambling. And that's why a lot of day traders get body slammed and end up losing everything because they start to behave like gamblers. That's what they do. And so the market has a lot of risk factors that are in place. And so I encourage you to be extremely careful. If you go into any app, Robinhood, etc., you can find ways to buy fractional shares. You can buy in dollars or you can just buy a certain number of shares. It's totally up to you. Also, if you have a deeper interest in learning how to prepare for these sorts of moves and secure the portfolio in bad times or worry about a stock dropping or something, I did a whole training on this called Storm Proof Investing. A lot of you were there. If you want to go take a look at that, you can go to stormproofinvesting.com. That's stormproofinvesting.com. That training is there. It's very, very good. I know you guys are going to like it, so feel free to take a look at that. All right, so what I'm going to do is answer a couple more questions before we go, because I actually have to run today. I've got like this really full schedule. And those of you that are in the Prime program, I'm going to put together the Moneymaker grid this afternoon, and I'll send that out to you today. If you, Prime is our stock options income class. If you want to participate in that, it's really, really good. It's a great way to earn income from the stocks that you own. You can go to drboyceprime.com, or you can also text the word money to 87948, and I'll send you a training called How to Make Money Without Working, and that'll be an introduction to Prime. So text the word money to 87948. The text for the AI stocks is text the word stock stock to 87948. So everything's 87948. So just keep that number written down, and I'll just give you different text words to give you different kinds of information based on what you're interested in knowing. Okay, so put your question in the Q&A section, and I'll answer a few. I wish I could stay longer, but today I got to stay real focused because I have some stuff I gotta finish up today. All right, so Byron says, is a stock split always good, or is it possibly a problem for a company, and that's why they do a stock split? I can't think of a negative reason why a company would do a stock split. Typically, they do a split because because the price has gotten out of a certain range and they want to split it. Some companies don't split. Like Warren Buffett has never split his stock, and his stock is in the tens of thousands of dollars or something because he refuses to do stock splits. Because he would make the argument that I was making to you that a stock split doesn't really mean anything. It's just psychological. But believe me, if Warren Buffett split that stock right now, that price would shoot up like crazy. He'd probably make another 10 billion or more just by splitting his stock. I'd be willing to bet. Let's see. What quick investing vehicles can I get in today to be able to invest in Nvidia since I can't buy the stock outright? Well, there are ETFs, exchange traded funds.